match was here at Marconi, and they lost that 9-0, which still remains a record National League win, or loss for that matter. And on that day, Eddie Krinčević was the main destroyer for Marconi, of course now playing with Dinamo Zagreb in the Yugoslav First Division. He scored 4 goals. So Marconi, of course, will be hoping for a repeat performance, but I really can't see that happening. This is O'Connor. Sandy stumbles over, but the referee sees a free kick. The man who did the reputed fouling was Joe Risotto, coming back after injury. And this time Leichhardt broke before Byrne kicked it. And Byrne chips it towards Sandy. And there it is! Blacktown have scored! Well, after all the deliberation, the free kick was perfectly chipped over, and it found the head of Adam Sandy, and he scores his first National League goal. Brown for Marconi. Using his pace well, and Byrne has a kick at him. And Rampley will want a word with Gary Byrne. Certainly a very nasty challenge by the ex-Australian international, Gary Byrne. Brown. Carter to Brown, and down he goes. And this surely will be a yellow card for Stuart Selvage. Well, that was a very nasty challenge indeed, extremely late. They're not happy with the wall, the Marconi players. And Leichhardt, and Jankovic! And there's the equaliser. Well, 2 free kicks and 2 goals. Well, a stiflingly hot day for the players here today at Marconi Oval, but they've put on a very good show. Quite an entertaining match to date. Now O'Connor. Sandy. Selvage. And that must be a penalty kick. Yes, indeed. A penalty kick to Blacktown. So Sandy versus James. And James saves it. A penalty missed, or should I really say, a penalty saved by the Socceroo keeper, Bruce James. Wide to Sandy. Selvage. Byrne. And there it is! A lovely goal by Blacktown City. And Gary Byrne scores against his old club.
Unfortunately, in the moment, things are going not as well as I want to. But I'm sure that as soon as we get the hunger again to win games, and I'm sure the players will have this in the next week or so, and I'm sure there will be a good side this year.
Do you think it's just a matter of missing chances in front of goal? Because if you include the 2 Ampol Cup matches, you've lost your last 4 matches, including today's.
Yes, there were better clubs than Marconi will be, or ever will be. Manchester United with Dennis Law and all these good players, they went through a lot of about 7 or 8 matches. But I'm hopeful that we can start winning next week.
Mark Wayne at Bosley Park are in the red shirts.
Calderon charged down by O'Shea, away by Henderson. Barton straight back in, straight out by Georgievich, only as far as Barton. Barton! Now Risotto does better than Steve. Still going. Leichhardt, Brown, and it deflects wide. Well, the Marconi supporters to my left thought that was in. Henderson for Marconi, and Calderon streaking out of defence. That wasn't a good ball, but it might fall for Brown. And down he goes. And the Marconi fans asked for a penalty, but now St George can break. 4 on 3. Marton finds Barton. Slater is free out on the left. Now Slater. Into the side netting by Robbie Slater. O'Shea finding Marton. looking for Slater. Well, for a moment there, I didn't think Robbie Slater was going to get to it, but a stretch of the neck. Ratcliffe for St George. John O'Shea. And this time onside is Marton. And Marton beats James. This is a goal. Indeed, Des Marton scores for St George. Des Marton scores for St George. And Georgievich, a poor back pass. Marton nips in. Can this be number 2? Marton still going, and it is number 2. Des Marton scores his second goal. And his 32nd goal in the National League.
Des, you've got off to a good start to the season this year with 3 goals so far.
Yeah, I think so. That's the pretty good start. And before a couple of weeks, I was promised to one of the newspapers, the Soccer Action, I think so, Soccer Action, that I'm gonna score about 15 to 20 goals. And I need to start early. I think so, it's good.
And those 2 goals that you scored today against Marconi, what can you tell me about them?
I think so. That was a pretty smart thing. I just felt that it's gonna happen. That I'm gonna be fast enough on the first goal. The second goal, same thing. That I just look and feel that the guy gonna play back the ball to the goalkeeper, and I'm gonna catch. And that's all. The others was very easy to score.
That first goal that you scored, did you think that Bruce James was going to come out and take you and the ball and everything?
Oh, yeah, I know that, but sometimes the players stop, sometimes the goalkeeper, and I just make my job finish without think about the goalkeeper what gonna do, and I was lucky.
You're 35 years old now, Des. What personal ambitions are left for you in the game?
I'm nearly 36 anyway, but pretty in the age, and I hope I'm gonna finish this year very well. Like last season, we won the championship, and probably I'm gonna stop. It's not yet decided, but I think so it's enough. I'm playing so far many years ago, and that will be it.
Mark Wayne at the St George Stadium with the final score 2-0 to the Saints. And with Blacktown, they were back among the winners. Here's Mark Wayne.
McLaughlin. And McLaughlin wins again. This is Larkin. Italico nudges it back. And McLaughlin hoisting it in. Away by Bertonia, and only half away. And Sandy. Butler finding Trudinic. And a good cross to the far post. Hits the bar, surely it's a goal. No, says referee Owens. Butler. Well, what a let-off there for Blacktown. Cross coming in again. Now Caban hits the post and curses his luck. So another corner to Leichhardt. Curled in and away by Pointer. Now Trudinic. And that's the equaliser for Leichhardt. Caban. Butler. Bradley, and Butler is unmarked on the far side. And it's a goal, surely, yes, Morcello. Tony Morcello makes it 2-1 for Leichhardt. And that goal came in the 53rd minute.
Mark Wayne at Hanson Park. An even tougher opponent. to many of the older St George fans, the old enemy in Apia Leichhardt.
Trudinic takes it quickly to Caben. And a good cross to the far side. Bradley. Marton creating space for himself well. And what a fine save by Bobby Parks. And Barton leaving the ball behind him. Bradley finds Caben. Now Bradley. Caben making a run up outside of him. This is Caben. And an excellent save by Terry Greedy. A lovely move between John Bradley and Kerry Caben. Kotska back to O'Shea. And a nice ball finds Skeen. Three waiting inside the box for him. And good cover, and almost an own goal. Curled in again, and Kotska, and off the line. And Trudinic wasn't quite where the ball went. Through no fault of his own, of course. And now that ball over the head of Zeras, and now Marton completely through, and finishes it off beautifully. Des Marton scores St George's first goal of the match. Gray finds Bradley, only Caben in the middle. And tries a chip. Now Trudinic. Bradley makes the run. Trudinic goes round Ratcliffe, but that ball is too close to the keeper. Caben. Caben. Can he go all the way? What a fine effort by Kerry Caben. And again, he was denied by the St George keeper, Terry Greedy. Caben on the line. That's towards Batonia. Gray. Gray. Morcello. Turning and twisting, and there's a goal! John Bradley equalises for Leichhardt. Morcello. Still going, Morcello, well cut out. Stone. Slater. And Decellier. A bit of a mix-up, a real scramble in front of the goal, and there it is! Mark Barton. O'Shea. Caben. And Bradley. And it's a goal. Well, St George complain about offside, but the goal will stand. 4 minutes from the end of the match, John Bradley makes it 2-2.
Mark Wayne at the St George Stadium. He was banging for Sydney's western suburbs back near the inception of the National League. Well, Clive resurfaced again and was signed by Blacktown just before their match against Preston at the Gabby Stadium yesterday. Here's Mark Wayne.
Campbell, this is Cole. Hayes. And gets across in towards Cole, but again the Blacktown defence resolute with Pointer in the way. This is Dobson. McMillan couldn't get his head onto that, and it's cleared by Wheatley. Dunn climbing well above all the Blacktown forwards, but now Rasmussen and Byrne is making strides through the middle, but it goes wide to Larkin. And Eaton! There's a goal to Blacktown! Clive Eaton scores on his debut for the Demons. And McLaughlin making the run out outside of him. This is Eaton. And McLaughlin goes round Dunn. Now Larkin. And there's number 2. John Larkin makes it 2-0 for Blacktown City.
And the goal came in the 74th minute. Now Lucchese, still going Lucchese. Finds Campbell, and he blasts over the bar. And they've got a 2-goal lead. Wheatley showing his pace. And finds Larkin. Now Eaton, and there's his second. What a fine goal. Now Selvage. McLaughlin. Selvage. Eaton, and there's his hat-trick. Clive Eaton, a hat-trick on his debut. Well, who would have believed it? What a match for Clive Eaton. And with 4 minutes to go on the watch, the scoreline reads Blacktown City 4, Preston 0, and 3 of those have gone to the new man, Clive Eaton. Campbell now finds Opportunist. Can there be a consolation? It could be now. A penalty kick. And that's 4-1. So a consolation for Preston.
And the final score at the Gabby, 4-1 to Black. More than just a settling effect on them, as they found when they visited Cook Park yesterday to meet Penrith City.
Teams playing here at Cook Park. It's the first time Marconi have visited Cook Park, and it's the first time these two teams have met in NSL competition. Shan finds Brown, and what a good save by Freeman. Lindsay touching it on, Risotto poking it forward. Now Brown. Ken Lindsay now finds Wotherspoon. Cotton is outside him, but Wotherspoon's still going. Now Cotton. Cotton, Wotherspoon, and it's a goal! Corner going right over to the far side towards Yankovic. And Shan and Yankovic. And now Brown, and off the line, and it's in! Rod Brown equalises for Marconi in the 20th minute. Thinking, Rod Brown missed. Now Low. Marconi really attacking this Penrith defence. Yankovic touches it to McCulloch. He looks for Calderon, and it's there! Marconi go into the lead. And the goal came in the 34th minute. McCulloch. Carter and Mason, who has really run the show from the defensive midfield position.
Come on, somebody.
And that's a good ball. And Freeman goes down, but McCulloch makes it 3-1. So a great start to the second half for Marconi. Now Cotton.
Come on, Penrith.
Still Roy Cotton. And a nice chip, but James claims it well. And he needed to. Cross. Now low for Marconi. And Brown is onside. Just Freeman to beat. And Freeman makes a fine save. Well, a very easy chance by Rod Brown. He's a player with a lot of potential. Rod Brown, wanted by Dundee United after the 1983 World Youth Cup, but he doesn't seem to do very well in a one-on-one situation. Now McCulloch. Shan. And it's a goal. Peter Shan beats the keeper on the near post. And Marconi go into a 4-1 lead.
The goal scorer was number 16, Peter Shan. The score Marconi 4, Penrith City 1.
Carter loses the ball to Hunter. Wins it back. Still Hunter. Still Hunter. Into the side netting. Off a Marconi player, it's a corner. And Penrith have really given up the ghost here. David Lowe failed to keep the ball in play. Penrith have shown a remarkable lack of fighting spirit. True, they've been outclassed by the better side on the day, but still, you would expect this side, any side, in fact, coached by Willie Wallace, to show a lot more fight. This is Yankovic. And Brown is through. Let's see if he can finish it off this time. Yes, he can. And Rod Brown gets his second goal of the game. And the scoreline reads Penrith City 1, Marconi 5. Ainsworth to Hale. Now Fitzharris. Wide of him is Cotton, but he tries a shot. Well held by James. And Bruce James having a word to Ian Wotherspoon after he charged into him. Henderson striding forward and no one to challenge him. Yankovic with acres of space in front of him also. Brown goes down and it's a penalty kick. So Marconi have a penalty and a chance to make it 6 for the second time in 2 weeks. So it's a 50% record. And let's see if Freeman can stop this one. No, he can't. It's 6-1. David Lowe scores his 5th goal for Marconi. So Penrith, arms akimbo, heads in their chest, a really dejected side. No fight in this side. And they've been completely outclassed by the better side. And what can you say about Marconi? They started the season so badly, only 6 goals in their first 6 matches, but in their next 2, they've scored 6 in both of them. So 18 goals in 8 matches is the fine attacking record that the Leichhardt side has, and now Risotto going on the overlap. Gets away from Hale. And Yankovic, it's a goal, it's 7. And what a fine goal that was. A real gem. Risotto made the run down the left. An inch-perfect cross to Yankovic. And the scoreline reads Penrith City 1, Marconi 7.
Craig, your second game since you've joined Marconi. How are you fitting in?
Oh, I think so far it's going quite well, you know, 6-1 last week, 7-1 this week. Before I joined them, I couldn't understand why they weren't doing well, and now I'm totally confused after playing with them for 2 weeks, because they are a really good side and plenty of potential.
And what do you think the strengths of Marconi are?
Definitely the speed and flair up front, and hopefully I can help them to be a little bit more defensive as well.
And you just think that you've added some defensive stability in the midfield?
I think that's where I was mainly brought down. A bit of experience, and a little bit above 25 now, and they've got a few younger lads who need a little bit of help in some quarters, but obviously their flair and pace do us a great job, you know.
And why did you actually leave Newcastle?
Well, when the club actually went broke, Newcastle KB United went broke, we were offered silly contracts, and I felt that, you know, it was time to get away. I just thought that the potential's not there anymore.
Mark Wayne at the microphone, and 7-1 to Marconi, the final score.
Our commentator, Mark Wayne.
Murray, 2 men on his back, and he's pushed to the ground by Wheatley. Sydney City sending up the big men on the far side, Gomez and O'Connor. That's where the ball goes to Cosmina! And it's the first goal of the afternoon. Coming in the 5th minute from the Socceroos skipper, John Cosmina. backhands. Okay. Robertson, long one looking for Cosmina. And Gomez finds Murray. And now Gomez leaves it for Lee. So, Watson with the corner, and it's from a similar position that Sydney City got their goal. Tries a near post to O'Connor, Cosmina, again Cosmina, Murray, it's in! Watson tried the 1-2, but again, a very, very casual play by Sydney City. A bit of complacency creeping in. Larkin. Okay. And onside is Lee. The linesman's flag stayed down. Murray, it's in. Will curl this in left-footed. In fact, he takes it quickly, short to Watson. Now de Marigny. Murray! Deflected away for another corner. So perhaps this time he'll curl it in with the left foot. Yes, he does. And it's in! Straight from the corner! Or will Steve O'Connor claim it? Very difficult to see from this angle. It looked to be straight in from the corner by Jean-Paul de Marigny.
Westpac this season. At King Tomislav Park, it's Mark Wayne.
Touched on, and now Bowden. And what a fine save! Željko Jurin was the man that shot the ball after Kenny Bowden set him up, but Mike Gibson held it so well. Woods. Savor. No one going right for him now. Woods is there. And Campbell knocking it forward. And Sterry has the situation under control. It's not going to work. McIntosh, Campbell, McIntosh, long one looking for Cotton, and Tomasic was there. Now Rezo battling with Wotherspoon, two smallest men on the field, just about. Here's another one, Mickey Cross. And a lovely ball through, and Jurin is onside. Can he finish? What a fine save by Gibson. Željko Jurin can't believe his luck. Now Jurin. Tried too much. And really one wonders the wisdom of Harry Noonan keeping such a tired player as Željko Jurin on. And brought down by Arnold was Cotton. And the referee wants a word with Arnold. And Penrith, meanwhile, warming up their substitute, Ian Hunter. But he won't have to do many sprints up and down the line to get warm on a beautiful winter's day, such as today. Cross. Cotton took a dive, but the corner is one off Brett Woods. Watson under pressure as Campbell came in, couldn't direct it.
So Olympic have a corner, Catholis to take. Oh, hard and low, and a shot is magnificent. magnificently saved by McPherson. Catholis. Still Catholis. Peter Catholis denied by the woodwork. And that's as close as Olympic have come all day. Wilson striding forward and finding Duarte. And Duarte all the way across the goal.
Ball. Sydney City, as I said last week, turned on the goal machine, beating that same Wollongong 5-0. Yet when it came to newcomers Penrith, somehow the wheels ground to a halt. Mark Wayne was at Cook Park.
Fletcher. Barnes. Lee and Cosmina making the run across. And now Fletcher just couldn't control. And Easthorpe, what a miracle save by Pisano. And O'Connor gets it away to Gomez. O'Connor, Cosmina, Lee. Cosmina! Well, John Cosmina, obviously by his reactions, thought he scored there. Wotherspoon finds Jackson. Campbell. And onside is Easthorpe. Campbell in support. Tony Pisano had no trouble with that, though. And acrobatically away by Gomez. And O'Connor so cool under pressure. Watson. And a foul all the way by Campbell, but not given. This is Hunter. Forced wide. And off the line miraculously by Cant. Jimmy Cant, the saviour for Sydney City.
Here's Mark Wayne.
This is Lang. And the ball bounces free to Davies. Well, he had time to steady himself and balance himself, John Davies, and he really ought to have hit the target from that range. Long one looking for Kotska. Straight into the arms of Chris Hummel, and just as well from the point of view of Parramatta Melita. Well, that was a well-flighted free kick by David Ratcliffe. Found its target perfectly in the head of Andy Kotska, and his glancing header, luckily for Melita, only found their goalkeeper. Barton. And a handball used, or hand rather, used deliberately by Tredinick. And the free kick must be taken from the correct spot. Ratcliffe tries a shot, and Hummel fumbles it. What a goal by David Ratcliffe, all of 40 metres. But the man with egg all over his face is the Melita keeper, Chris Hummel. Andrew Kopoulos. And is this a last-minute chance for Melita? Yes, it is! Melita scoring in injury time and sending their supporters into a frenzy of delights. Kenny Wilson, the man that poached the goal.
Surprised if Frank Arrock's return was not enough to get them out of bother. But some young Saints made sure such was not the case when they met Blacktown. Mark Wayne was at Barton Park.
Mike O'Shea looking for Kotska. And it seems very evident today that St George are missing their main attacking instigator in Des Martin. Now Slater has a chance to rectify that. Barton. And after 27 minutes on the watch, St George go into a deserved 1-0 lead. The goal scorer being Mark Barton. Slater gets his cross in. Awkward one. Stolen by Kotska. And the ball was shot by Batten. He gets a second chance and it's in. Well, what a scramble in the Blacktown defence. And finally the ball landed on the left foot of David Batten and the youngster poked it home for his second National League goal. Skeen. Batten looks a real find with a nose for goal. Finds Rickoy. Wide to Kotska. And there's number 3. It's a procession. Andrew Kotska. Stone. And a lovely ball through to Kotska. Can this be number 4? Yes, it is. Andy Kotska, his second of the match. And that makes the score St George 4, Blacktown City 0.
4 matches. Mark Wayne saw the action.
Kay. Murray. A nice cross by Murray to Cosmina. Mason. Brown. McCulloch. Carter for Marconi. Mason. Carboni, and Carter's gone on the outside. Yankovic finds him. And Yankovic! Across to Gomez. Watson. Long ball looking for Cosmina off the head of Calderon. And it's in! An own goal by Tony Henderson. The man who helped it on was Graham Fletcher. But Tony Henderson got the ultimate touch into the back of the net. So Sydney City equalised in a very unusual fashion. Watson. De Marini. Kay. Murray. De Marini. Fletcher! A mix-up in the Marconi defence, which they paid for dearly. Barnes. Cosmina. So it's 3-1 to Sydney City. And that's John Cosmina's 9th goal of the season. Lowe finds Licata. And Brown. Pisano fumbles but gets it away at the second attempt. And now Licata has the chance. Still going Licata. Gomez pries it loose. Now Lee. McCulloch. Torrid challenges coming in here as Barnes now sets Murray on his way. And Lee. Kay. And James to the rescue of Marconi again.
The club side continued its luckless run with a loss that made them prime candidates for relegation. With St George meeting Blacktown at Barton Park, it's Mark Wayne at the microphone.
Slater. by Hoare. Now Marton can't get a touch, it's a corner kick. So Marton with the kick, curling in. Might get a second attempt. And tries to chip the keeper, and almost does so. Well tipped over by Hoare. Kotska, can he turn? Tries a shot. Well played, Andy Kotska. Square ball to Slater. Slater going on his own, tries a shot, and Hoare gets down to it well. And now the chance is there for O'Connor. And this looks like it'll be a goal, Larkin. Yes, indeed. John Larkin, St George caught on the break. And is it relegation staring them in the face? St George just can't find their men. And O'Connor is onside. O'Connor and Pappas. O'Connor, is this number 2? No! From Levy. It's a bit short, Slater. What a save by Hoare. But still the pressure is on. Slater tries to chip the keeper. But Hoare was awakened.
The microphone.
Away by Vidage. Arnold. Woods. Borges. Savor. Pursued by Larkin. And brought down without the ball, quickly taken. And it's a good one too. This is Woods. And Savor! Wally Savor makes it 1-0 for Sydney, Croatia. A quickly taken free kick after he himself was brought down. Brett Woods cut it over low, and the ball was put past the despairing right hand of Barry Hoare. Clinch, a bit short, and there's the equaliser. Larkin makes it 1-1. What an error by Shane Clinch. But now 24 minutes are gone on the watch, and it's Blacktown City 1, Sydney Croatia 1. Sterry, and again, Lee Sterry gets it away. Selvage. Croatia midfield, falling asleep a little. This is Larkin. And brought down rather cruelly. Nice touch there by Sandy. Formby. O'Connor. And Larkin. And again, the Croatia defence was asleep. So again, the same ploy as the first half. Clinch with the left foot. Again, Larkin. Savor. Yes! Wally Savor! A fine way to start the second half for Sydney, Croatia. The corner came out. Wally Savor hit it on the volley, and the bounce of the ball took it past Barry Hoare. Godzik. Savor going on the outside. Savor just keeps it in. Borges! Should have done better with that, Neilio Borges. Sandy, O'Connor, Larkin, all in the middle. Short for Quarmby. And a touch, it's there! Adam Sandy! Croatian defenders stood and watched as Blacktown pinched the equaliser.
And 2-2 the final score at the Gabbies. Penrith fighting for their lives. Mark Wayne was there.
Cotton. Trying to do a bit too much. Gutaris with the kick. And it's in! Roy Cotton has put Penrith into a 1-0 lead. Sandy. Wheatley. O'Connor. Selvage. And a lovely header there, just in! Michael McLaughlin has put Blacktown City back on level terms with that delightful looping header. Sandy, only O'Connor in the middle. Sandy showed too much of it to all three Penrith defenders. This is Burke. O'Connor. Oh, fine cross to Sandy. And that's 2-1. And again, put that down to some magical left-wing play by Phil O'Connor. McLaughlin. Wheatley. McLaughlin. Oh, what a superb goal by Michael McLaughlin. A brilliant piece of skill. Turned his man so effortlessly and puts Blacktown into a 3-1 lead. 2 goals in arrears. So if they're to save relegation, it'll have to be next week. Now Byrne to O'Connor. And that's number 4. And Phil O'Connor gets his just desserts. So 6 minutes to go, and the scoreline reads Blacktown City 4, Penrith 1.
Boy, a loss today, so that means you must win next week.
Yes, it's true. It obviously depends on Melita's result tomorrow, so if they win, which hopefully they won't do, we've got to win next week.
And what went wrong today, Roy?
I think really, once we scored the first goal, we thought it was going to be a little bit too easy. We stopped playing and started to play too many long balls and kicking the ball out of the keeper's hands rather than, keeping the ball on the deck.
Certainly the game got off to a dream start for yourself.
Yeah, it was just one of those things. It just fell to me in the box and it was 1-0, and then unfortunately we made a couple of silly errors at the back and it was 2-1 at half-time, and then again with this terrible wind that's here today, it's very difficult to play against the wind, and unfortunately they scored 2 more goals.
As well as the problems on the field, you're also having some off-the-field problems at Penrith.
Yes, there's a financial problem, which is, I've been here for 6 years now, and there's financial problems whichever clubs you play for. So really Penrith are in no more financial problem than anybody else, but they have got a sponsor that's due to pay some money actually this weekend, so hopefully we'll get something next week.
So I believe the players haven't been paid for a little while.
Yeah, probably going on about 3 or 4 months. We've been paid on promises so far.
Mark Wayne talking with Penrith striker Roy Cotton, and a job ahead for Roy and his colleagues next Sunday when they meet Melita in virtually a relegation playoff. Well, the